Oblivion, yeah, yeah. Oblivion, yeah, 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 yeah. Oblivion, yeah, yeah.
Yo, what's up, everybody? MarineLuffy, we back. We are back. We're here now. Sorry about the last two reaction videos. They got copyright strike, so yeah, that's always fun. Can't get discouraged from that. Just gotta keep pushing, stay motivated, all that good stuff. Today we're gonna be reading HunterxHunter 386. It came out. When did this come out? 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Oh shit, this came out like a couple days ago. Came out like 3 days ago. Dang. I'm late. I'm behind. Sorry about that. But we're here now. That's all that matters. HunterxHunter, we're here now. This is 386. Hypothesis. Let me fix that. There's no blood traces, and there's no luminol reaction on you either. I see. To cancel death. The conclusion I've come to is that you didn't shoot the prince. Alright, so Theta in the last chapter, which you guys can't see because copyright. In the last chapter, she shot the 9th prince. I thought she shot the 9th prince, but apparently not. So then, are you saying that wasn't reality? All the blood that splattered out of the prince's head and all over the floor. As he lay there, his mouth and fingers were still twitching, and I could hear the croaking from his throat, sorry. But, indeed, the prince was still alive. So, then what I thought I saw wasn't reality. So then, that was an illusion that the prince was showing me. Okay, Eisen. Straight Eisen. This is bleached on bleach. But it's a fact that I had a gun and that I did shoot it. So then just how far does the truth go? Where does the truth end? Give me a little bit of time. Oh yeah, she shook. Where's the scar? I thought she had a scar on her face. I'm going to think things over. And where did the illusion begin? So at what point during their training session, like that was like 4 chapters long, did the 9th prince start inflicting the illusion? That's broken. HunterxHunter, baby, let's go. Good morning. 9th day, deck 2, Justice Administration Office. Were you able to get any sleep? Here. How much longer until I go back to my bodyguard duty? Who knows? That depends on how much you cooperate. According to his will, the current conclusion we've arrived at is that the hunter Kenny acted alone and tried to try and help the 2 princes escape. But I've also been considering other possibilities. Alright, as we know, Kenny committed suicide trying to help Kocho and Fugetsu escape. Again, I reacted to that, but it got copyright strike. I'm hoping this new technique that I'm using, wink wink, doesn't get copyright striked. Hopefully. Alright, so Kenny left a will. I don't know why he did that. I know he said that someone needs to take the fall, but I guess he thought that it would work. I know he knew that there was a possibility of this failing. So why would you make a will and like have it out and about like that? That's what I'm saying. Like if it would have succeeded, then yeah, by all means, but there was still a possibility of failure. So now you put Melody in the situation. Yeah, she's like super getting detained. I don't know if she's under arrest or detained. I don't know if that makes a difference in Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, she's definitely. I wonder if any of them might be thinking of the same idea that I am. I see. I'm being okay. She has been detained, restrained here in order to protect me from the dangerous princess. First, would you tell me the details of your movements and actions on the day of the incident? Afterwards, I'll have various questions for you. It seems it's true that the Justice Department has made themselves independent from the royalty. That's good. What about Prince Kocho and Fuyetsu? I'm also having them come here in order to question them as well. Just deny, deny, deny. Another thing, when he said them, that brought me back. Man, I was crying in that chapter. I'm so glad that got copyright strike. That was embarrassing. So Kocho died, I believe. Yeah, she died, but her spirit beast stayed to keep Fugetsu company. So right now it's just Fugetsu, and Kocho's a spirit beast, which is, oh man, that was so sad. That was a good chapter. Apparently the hunter. Where am I at? What about okay? Apparently the hunter Kenny forced him into this little escape plan of his. Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. But apart from his will, there's no other evidence that dispels any of the doubts that the two princes actually wanted the escape to happen themselves. But since we haven't found any proof on the contrary, proving that would be difficult. All right, so they have no like information. But I have rather persistent personality, so I'm going to go over all the facts and question you all many times. Thank you. I'm going to use this time. I've got to think of what to do next. His pulse is stable. There are no irregularities with his brain waves. Going off on just numerical data, this would likely be a state of sleep. In other words, Sumidori has been possessed by Shikaku's soul. Yes, but from the sense perspective, nothing has changed with his body. Then, yeah, speaking of that, in the last review I had, I was questioning what happens to the Prince Benjamin's bodyguard's soul. Like, Harkenberg's used that technique, the arrow technique, and it caused his bodyguard's spirit to go into Benjamin's bodyguard's spirit. The question that I had was, what happens to Benjamin's bodyguard's spirit after that? Does it... I don't know. They didn't explain that, so... Then what has happened to the consciousness? Okay. Shikaku's the first prince's private soldier. Perhaps it's a swap with him. That's what I think. Perhaps it's flown off somewhere. Okay. Or perhaps they'll reside in the same vessel. Let's test that theory. Okay, so this is where the name of the chapter comes from. If I shot target with a bow and arrow, someone from among us will have their soul transferred. I doubt your soul will be transferred, Harkenberg. Their soul transferred into a soul. Oh, into A and control them. If that happens, then what happens to A or Shikaku will his soul? Alright, man. Random Sumidori possessed by Shikaku. Alright, so Harkenberg shoots, attacks, Shikaku's soul. What happened to Shikaku's soul? The first option is it could die, aka be destroyed, cease to exist. 2, swap places into Sumidori's body. That's my prediction. Co-inhabit Shikaku's body. Also a valid possibility. 4, move somewhere else or to someone else. If that's the case, then wouldn't it be 2, since that's a free vessel? As of the current point, we have no evidence to support or disprove any of these four theories. Hypothesis. If we take theories 3 from, for instance, assume that Shikaku's soul remains within his body, then at this point in time, Shikaku's personality and characteristics have pushed Shimodori's out and his consciousness is in a dormant state. The sunken place. Sunken Place? You guys know that movie. Keegan Michael. It would be difficult to test or prove 1 or 4, but as far as proving 2, if any changes occur within his brainwaves, then we can prove that someone has entered Shimodori's body. Let's test that. Harkenberg looks different in this. After speaking with Father, I have accepted my fate, and I have steeled my resolve. Immediately after, this ability woke within me. I believe that this is an ability for me to survive and win the succession war with. So please listen carefully to my hypothesis, and the title. Take it to heart. It will. Show me in. It will. Oh, this dolphin. Weird looking dolphin. Got like 10 fins. I see. We can think of it in 12 parts. Of course, there are merely my intuitive theories with no solid knowledge on the workings and mechanics of nin abilities. So if possible, I will get information from a nin specialist to back my theory. The only nin specialist that they should know of is Kurapika. But for this, I will absolutely require the ability to check for the confirmed nin abilities. Sumidori, forget the background noise, I got family, so I can't mute them. There's no button for that. There's no button for muting. Sumidori, everybody says Shumidori? Sumidori, sorry. Sumidori, can you do this for me? Yes, I'd be glad to. Thank you. To what? Hey, that's my boy. Dang, I'm horrible with the Prince's numbers. That's the one that smokes a lot. 7th Prince? Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. They might say his name. What are you listening to? Rap? It's back. What is that rumbling Gora? It's coming from next door. Is it 9th Prince Harkenberg? I sometimes get the 4th and 9th Prince confused. Forgive me if I do. Just let me know. Comment section, please. If you have any questions or like if I mess up anywhere in the manga, let me know, because this is a complicated manga. Like, again, forgive the background noise. I can't help it. Is it 9th Prince Harkenberg? Yes. I don't know what ability it is, but it's definitely bad news. Ding dong. Stay there, Your Highness. Who's there? It's First Prince Benjamin's private army. Haven't heard anything about this? Ask him what he wants. State your business. Okay, that's Sumidori, actually. Long live Prince Benjamin. Bang. Oh, dang. Why would he do that? Sumidori, can you... Okay. Can you do this for me? Can you commit suicide for me? My pleasure. So they're faking... What's the matter? There was a gunshot from the corridor. It was probably the First Prince's private soldier. Hey, Rice. What happened outside? He just shot himself in the head. The rumbling has stopped. What the hell is going on? Prince Benjamin, Shikaku has committed suicide. That wasn't actually Shikaku. Sumidori? Without a doubt. It seems to be, though, someone's ability from 9th Prince's Hulkenberg's camp. Hulkenberg. It seems he's suddenly become a person of importance. Yes, at the present moment, He may be the most dangerous man now. Alright, that's Benjamin in his right hand talking. Summon Kanji Dor back from room 1007. Have him recall to us all the details of everything leading up to the event. Prince Hulkenberg, what is your affiliation and ID number? Oh, okay, so they got a code, just in case code. Like, is that really you? It was over there, wasn't it? It definitely wasn't on the even number side. I think it was around 97555. Fives? The 9 and 7. We'll just say fives. Can we exclude third prince's Hang Li? The probability is not 0, but it wasn't an aura of the third prince's guardian beast, spear beast. As for the people that can't sense Nin at all, there's just going to have to take him at his word. He's definitely very much cautious and on his guard, but is he really that dangerous? A massive amount of energy seemingly exploded and then suddenly disappeared. These are phenomena that often occur when emitter uses their ability. Passing through physical obstacles or walls should not be difficult for emitter types. Emitter attack. Who is attacking and with what kind of ability? The most dangerous thing of all is the fact that these are still unknown. That may be so, but there's only 1 week left. It's only been 9 days. Anyone's beginning to have reservations about continuing the same training. They're doubting whether they will really be able to learn in through this. I plan to move on to the next stage tomorrow. Indeed, he's right. Perhaps it's time to begin. Whoa, the color of the water changed, and the leaf is spinning. But is this an ability? This shows that my ability is a specialist type. This is known as water divination ceremony, and its method of discerning your Nin ability types. Should have got some water, man. I'm parched. If you cannot generate enough aura, then you will not be able to test yourself this way. But there have been several members that should be capable. Legality. Huh? You're most capable of learning. Give it a try. Okay. They have their doubts. He's good, but choosing someone unexpected like her, he's able to appeal to them, showing that the Nin does not discriminate against sex or body type. It will dispel the hostility from these muscle-headed morons, and they will hop back into their training with renewed passion. But your ability types is normally something that you mustn't ever let anyone else find out. It is top secret. It doesn't matter quite as much for me as my type is a specialist, which doesn't give any information as to what my ability may be. Once you learn your opponent's type, you can gain insight and foresight on all his future actions. It's the same level as knowing what someone's going to throw in rock, paper, scissors before they do. It's just understand that it is a serious disadvantage. Because of that, I will be conducting this divination in separate rooms so that others will not find out their typing. Who will be there watching over it? Only Bill and me. I can't comprehend that at all. If you're in a sealed off room, then there's no way for us to know if you're really doing the divination or not. Right? Yeah, he has a point. Besides, if you just tell us how exactly the divination works and how to do it, then we don't need you watching over us. That is also right. Well, strictly speaking, you are right. There's something I want to make clear. In order for you to acquire Nin abilities in this super short time of 2 weeks, as promised, I will need to support you all with different methods and coordinates with your Nin typing. Therefore, I will not back down from my requirement that Bill and I are watching over the process. I said it didn't matter as much for you to find out my Nin type, but comparatively speaking, I'm also under a considerable risk. Therefore, getting information on all of your types as compensation is a privilege that I must insist on. Makes sense. I'm doing this like out of goodwill. Not goodwill, but you guys are getting like something and I want something out of it, you know. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. To put it more clearly, we are in charge of protecting the young 14th Prince Woggle, and thus we have only one reason that we will be teaching all of you men information. Rising the fighting abilities of the lower ranked princes' security to better match their upper princes. That would bring the situation to a stalemate and draw it out. Yeah. Therefore, the notion that we would be the ones to inflict or instigate harm against you is complete and utter nonsense. If you cannot accept this situation, then you can just stop here. That'd be fine by me. Whoa, he letting loose and speaking his mind. It's rather refreshing. I'm sure he's mostly anticipated all of this, but it resulted in us gaining the knowledge that Kurapika is a specialist. Should we swap out of Li Han? Li Han's ability should be used to exterminate the Prince's guardian spirit beast. He finished 8th Prince's cell and now begun surveillance of 5th Prince Tuppa, right? Tuppa. I don't know the princes like by heart yet. I gotta study. HunterxHunter, you gotta study. I want to say that's the Smoking Prince. It seems Tuppa's nature has been getting the best of him, and his name base is being overly cautious and not showing him itself at all. Looking at the fact that Prince Tuppa's guardian beast's movements have been sealed, it says he's been pretty busy getting into his job done. It just sounds like excuses you're making for yourself. What happened to your analysis of 14 Prince's Wobble's guardian beast? Didn't you plan to give your report yesterday? Well, it hasn't shown itself at all, so there's nothing I can do about it. Its host is either too young, or maybe it's a counter attack type, or maybe some other reason altogether. Alright, I didn't get that. Tuppa's nature has been getting the best of him, and her beast is being overly cautious, not showing herself. Tuppa. Is that the short girl? The short, ugly one? It just sounds like an excuse for making for yourself. Too young altogether. It's been 1 week since departure. It's crazy. 9 days. We're still not at the point where we have to instigate anything. Well, this has been very educational and perfect example of strategic patience. We're already up to applying the 4 major principles. Yes, you're already up to applying the 4 major principles. Yes, all that's left is to increase the speed of my Zetsu. Alright, so now we're back to this madman, the 4th prince, Tserriednich. I can't pronounce his name. I had it in the last video, but it's been a week. Forgive me. What? He's only been at this for 1 week. My goal is to do this as fast as I can blink, but in my current state, it could take a bit of time. I didn't even have his nin forcibly awaken. He did this on his own. Monster. He's learned all this with his own skill? Then what should I do? Measure how long it takes me to close and then open my eyes. Once I'm past 1 second, have a match with him. He's also intuitively realized that after reaching certain levels to progress farther, your required actual battle experience. Trying to buy time against Dense Prince will be considerably difficult. Facts. Understood. By the way, recently I've been surprised at the change of my own mind state. In my own state of mind, sorry. I just find two-faced women so cute. Let's talk about Theta. That's a complete 360 of his character. I said that before when she flicked some aura on him. He didn't like. It's crazy, dude. He's completely did like a 360 with his personality towards women. He's like, I think he's going to like Theta. Maybe not like love her, but like he's respecting her. Maybe not even respect. Maybe he just legit like likes her company. All right, guys, that's been HunterxHunter 386. What in the world has he done? And what does he know? Yeah. Tserried. I think that's how you pronounce it, Tserriednich. So hard. I just call him Fourth Prince. Alright guys, that's been, like I said, that's been 386. Hypothesis. Harkenberg's going at it. He's learned something new. I'm pretty sure that little scheme that they did worked out really well. I do believe that's Sumidori. What else? Kurapika's doing divination. And this was actually really short. We had it long when last chapter with the Fourth Prince and Theta. Really short. That was like 1 page. Yeah. Good chapter, good chapter. Alright guys, I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.